Good evening, everyone. It's kind of evening. I always get that confused at 5 o'clock. But it is 5, and we will get to the business at hand. We'll not call the meeting because we don't have a quorum as yet, but we will hopefully soon. So our first, not order of business, our first thing to do is I'm going to turn this meeting over to our fiscal officer, who will perform the swearing in of newly elected officials. Ms. Gardner-Klein, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, okay, yeah, we should stand for the official. We'll do one at a time. Usually, here first.
I'm sitting right here.
Okay, so if you'll repeat after me, and yes. I, Marilyn Moyer,
I, Marilyn Moyer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties incumbent upon me
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties incumbent upon me
as a trustee
as a trustee
of the Miami Township Board,
of the Miami Township Board,
according to the laws of the State of Ohio,
according to the laws of the State of Ohio,
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
and to the best of my ability and understanding. Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, and you want to say something besides swear?
No, it's okay.
Whatever word it is. I, Lori Asplund,
I, Lori Asplund,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties incumbent upon me
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties incumbent upon me
as a trustee of the Miami Township Board,
as a trustee of the Miami Township Board,
according to the laws of the State of Ohio,
according to the laws of the State of Ohio,
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
You're welcome.
Thank you all.
Okay, great. Now, I will call the meeting to order at 5:05. And I will now I will now ask for a motion to appoint Fiscal Officer Gardner-Klein as the temporary chair of the board for purposes of electing a chair for the current year, 2026, and vice chair. Ms. Gardner-Klein, would you be so kind?
I do.
You already said that a couple of months ago, so you're good at that.
I think you're supposed to
Yeah, what am I officially supposed to say?
ask for a nomination for a nomination for board chair.
Ask for a motion to nominate X board chair for 2026.
Okay, I asked for a nomination,
Motion.
for a motion to nominate a board chair for 2026, and that is going to be.
One
You're
of us will nominate.
Oh, you're going to nominate, good, I don't have to do that, okay. Then I'm asking for a nomination from the,
I nominate Marilyn Moore.
is there a second?
Second.
And
It's been moved and seconded.
discussion?
Yes, she's official.
Yes, it is. It's been moved and seconded to appoint trustee Marilyn Moore as board chair for the year 2026. Ms. Asplund?
Yes.
Ms. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Motion's approved.
Now, the same thing for the vice chair, please.
Okay, take a motion to nominate the vice chair for the year 2026.
I nominate Chris Reacher.
I second.
And we have a motion and a second, any discussion? No, we're ready to vote.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint trustee Chris Mutcher as vice chair for the board of trustees for the year 2026. Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Ms. Asplund?
Yes.
Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Motion's approved.
So from here on, we
Okay, I will now turn the meeting over to the new chair. Ms. Moore, the floor is yours.
And now I call this meeting to order on January 5th, 2026. And we'll start with the adoption of the minutes of December 16th. Can I get a motion for that?
There is a typo on my part, it was December 15th, my apologies, starting the year off. Wrong.
I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of December 15th, 2025.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion or corrections? Oh, is that my line? Okay.
Yeah, and I assume I have to abstain since I was not an official member at those meetings, but I don't know how that works.
I believe so.
Yes. So you guys get to do all the voting on the minutes.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the minutes of December 15th, 2025 as presented. Ms. Richard?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Minutes are adopted.
I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of special meeting on December 30th, 2025.
So moved.
And I second. We got a second. Any
Discussion.
further discussion?
None for me.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the minutes of the special meeting held December 30th, 2025 as presented. Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Minutes are adopted.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to approve the payment of bills in the amount of $72,427.22. That's general fund, $12,654.02. Cemetery, $3,298.16. Fire fund, $49,933.77. Road, $6,541.27.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Is that two fire payrolls in there? Or just doing now? It doesn't matter, but I don't need to know.
Sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been moved and seconded to approve payment of bills in the amount of $72,427.22 as enumerated. Ms. Asplin?
Yes.
Ms. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Motion's approved.
Okay, first of the year business. I'd like to first entertain a motion to accept the zoning fee schedule for 2026 as proposed by zoning administrator Brian Lucas. You should all have a copy of that. We talked about it at the last meeting.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
With no changes at all?
It is not actually in my packet.
It is not, that was my oversight. Even after.
Oh, because I did it at that meeting, it belonged to them at that.
Shucks.
There were no changes noted that I was made aware of.
Okay.
I think I've got it in my files here somewhere. I was fine with it, as I recall.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the zoning fee schedule for 2026 as presented by zoning administrator Lucas on December 1st. Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Asplin?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Schedule's adopted.
Thank you, Brian, for going over that and updating our fee schedule. I entertain a motion to establish a mileage rate for travel outside the township at 0.725 cents, no. It should be $0.725 per mile, 72.5 cents.
Right.
Can I have a motion? That's the, I guess the federal somebody establishes that rate each year.
Yes.
I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
It's been moved and seconded to establish mileage rate for travel outside the township at $0.725 per mile as set by the federal government. Ms. Aslam,
Yes.
Mr. Mutcher,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
motion's adopted.
Okay, next we have a number of committees that we have to represent the board on, and I did my best to place where I thought people wanted to go, but don't be shy if you have any objections in this meeting, or if you have some other committee that you have suddenly gained interest in that you'd like to represent us on. But here goes. A motion to appoint the following individuals to represent the township on external committees. Miami Valley Regional Planning, trustee Askeland with Moyer as the alternate. Greene County Regional Planning Commission, trustee Mutcher. Clifton Union Cemetery, Lori Askeland, trustee Askeland. Yellow Springs Development Corporation, trustee Moyer, and Yellow Springs Active Transportation Committee, trustee Moyer. Are we free? I'll wait for the motion.
So moved.
Second.
And is there any further discussion, or anyone I'm leaving out that you guys can?
Been moved and seconded to appoint trustees to represent the township on external committees as spelled out. Mr. Mutcher,
Yes.
Ms. Aslam,
Yes.
Ms. Moyer,
Yes.
the appointments are accepted.
Motion to, I entertain a motion to establish the board public meeting schedule for 2026 as the first and third Mondays of each month at 5 p.m. Unless they fall on a holiday, then meetings will be on Wednesday following the holiday. And we have a schedule there of the meetings. Special meetings will be announced 24 hours prior to the meeting and will be posted on the township website. Regular meeting dates are as follows, and you can read them.
I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
It's been moved and seconded to establish the board public meeting schedule for 2026 as the first and third Mondays of each month, 5 p.m. Unless they fall on holidays, then it will be on the Wednesday following the holidays. Special meetings announced 24 hours prior. Ms. Askin,
Yes.
Mr. Mutcher,
Yes.
Ms. Moyer,
Yes.
motion's adopted.
Do we need to state that those will be, I mean, it's obvious, but that they'll be held here? I'll just make that clear.
It's noted on the website to that effect, but yes.
Okay. Motion to establish the township holiday schedule for 2026 as follows. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Indigenous Peoples' Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. And there are the dates.
I so move.
Second.
Is there any further discussion?
It's been moved and seconded to establish the township holiday schedule for 2026 as enumerated. Ms. Askin,
Yes.
Mr. Mutcher,
Yes.
Ms. Moyer,
Yes.
motion's adopted.
Okay, this one. I'd entertain a motion to set contracts with the Greene Township to share the cost for Clifton Union Cemetery maintenance and burials, and the Village of Clifton for snow removal and street repair as requested, with each contract to be negotiated separately and as soon as necessary.
I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? I don't know how those are negotiated and by whom, but I'm sure the people who negotiate those know. Okay.
It's been moved and seconded to set contracts with Greene Township to share costs for Clifton Union Cemetery maintenance and burials, and the Village of Clifton for snow removal and street repair as requested, each contract to be negotiated separately and as soon as necessary.
I do have a question. I don't remember ever having approved the contracts before. Do you know, Chris? Do we just pretty much?
We get a contract every year from the Village of Clifton for the snow removal and repair. And it is brought before the board and we do approve it. And so it's signed by everybody and then sent back to them, and they sign it, and then they send a copy back. The Green Township one is a holdover from the past. A long time ago, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. Before then, we provided ambulance and fire service for the village of Clifton in the portion of Clifton that was in Clark County, not Greene County. And for that, we received certain sums per run or per something, it was a flat fee for fire, I think, and then a fee per EMS run that we went to. Somewhere in that 10-year ago time frame, we decided that, I guess that's when we started billing for EMS service, which we hadn't done before, which was probably a long time before, 10 years ago. But anyway, when we started billing for EMS service, when we had yearly meetings with the Greene Township trustees to negotiate the contract for the service for the coming year, at one of those meetings, probably the final meeting, we decided that since we're going to receive the money for the run, the not Medicare money, the EMS Medi-Cal money, what do we call it, whatever we're calling it. Since we're going to receive that from those runs in Clark County now, when we go there in Clifton, we probably shouldn't charge an additional $500 per run for that. So we decided to just drop that amount. And as long as we were dropping amounts, we thought, well, for the one time in 25 years that we go up to help with a structure fire in the village of Clifton, having them pay $1,500 a year just seemed like an excess amount, so we dropped that too. So in effect, we have no contract with them. We could have a contract with them. We still will
Provide service.
We will provide service to the village of Clifton in Greene County. We just are in Clark County, but we won't charge them anything for it. So we don't have a contract for service per se.
Well,
We could, but we don't.
Well, I never,
And we haven't for quite a while.
okay, I never heard that history. And now on here it also says, the Clifton Union Cemetery Maintenance, do we have a contract with them, or it's just billable hours at this point?
Yes, but basically the same thing. We don't have a contract. We never had a contract. We had an agreement that that's who would provide the maintenance and mowing and neither party actually pays the other any additional amount to have that work done by our maintenance crew. So in effect, that's not a contract either.
Oh, hold on. Dan, you do turn in hours for the group, for the
Well, yeah,
Clifton Cemetery.
keep track of our hours, what we do, and then it gets split.
We split that 50-50, so we're not paying anything additional on the 50%.
Yeah,
Or they're not paying us anything additional.
right, however,
The cemetery pretty much has been able to
However-
pay the whole thing.
Yeah,
we get revenue and then
For ours.
we pay you, Linda
Cemetery-
Parsons,
Cemetery
treasurer.
pays the township back for
Okay,
our
Mhm.
laborers.
Okay. Okay, got it. So thanks for, where are we? Any further discussion? So no contract. No.
Okay, so move to set contracts with Green Township to share costs for Clifton Union Cemetery maintenance and burials, and the village of Clifton for snow removal and street repair as requested, with each contract to be negotiated separately and as soon as necessary, given the understanding which Mr. Trustee Mucci just explained for us. Ms. Asplin?
Yes.
Mr. Mucci?
yes.
Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Motion's approved.
And entertain a motion to appoint Jennifer Adams to the zoning commission effective January 1st, 2026 and ending 12/31/29.
So moved.
Second.
Any, having been moved and seconded, is there any further discussion?
No.
Becomes highly recommended.
Been moved and seconded to appoint Jennifer Adams to the zoning commission effective January 1, 2026, and ending December 31, 2029. Mr. Musso,
Yes.
Ms. Asplund.
Yes.
Ms. Moyer,
Yes.
motion's approved.
Okay, motion to,
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
May I, I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but we also generally reappoint, or appoint, I should say, a member to the Board of Zoning Appeals at this meeting.
I was not,
The member that expires, Amy
Aker.
Aker, thank you, is not gonna renew. I told you guys that last month, I think. So we don't have anybody.
We don't have one?
Yeah, we don't have an alternate, so that
Okay.
board, as of January 1st, is 4 members,
All right.
which they still only need 3 to operate, as you know. But it would be nice to have that other one, especially if
Try
it's
to
a,
recruit somebody.
if it's a break a tie kind of a situation, you
sure.
you really do wanna have 5.
And I'd love to have 2 alternates so that people
Yeah,
start
at least one.
learning the game
Yeah,
and travel. So
I
Okay,
would
well,
love
that takes
shall
care of that then.
recruit and maybe advertise.
please. I've been trying, but
Yeah, I have my eyes on a few people.
one's in this room, whatever.
no.
No pressure.
That would
But I do wanna ask you.
be a good idea.
Mhm.
Motion to adopt the,
Madam Chair,
yes,
sorry.
no problem.
The next 3 items, traditionally, it's up to you, you're the chair, and there is some legal precedent, but should be done in an executive session, should be just discussed in executive session, and then brought back to the public session and codified. It's under
Okay,
employment and compensation.
okay, then I will,
So I'll move that we move into executive session for the purposes of personnel, employment, and compensation discussion.
RC 121.22G.
Been moved, is there a second?
Oh, second.
We are reconvening to general session at 5:38. I would entertain a motion to adopt the Miami Township Fire and Rescue 2026 pay schedule as presented by the chief, which includes a 2.75% cost of living raise for, chief, is it all employees, part-time and full-time?
Yes.
Okay, for part-time and full-time.
I so move.
Second?
Any further discussion?
Been moved and seconded to adopt the Miami Township Fire and Rescue 2026 pay schedule as presented, including a 2.75% cost of living increase for full-time and part-time staffers. Ms. Asplund?
Yes.
Mr. Musser?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes,
Motion's adopted.
and then Chris, you have a motion.
Okay.
For the fire department
Yep.
employee? Okay.
I'm going to ask for a motion to employ Chief Jim Canal as fire chief and any other full-time or multiple part-time firefighter, EMT, paramedics as needed, and all current volunteers on the roster.
I so move.
And a second.
I'll move to second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, may we vote, please?
I'll need the wording on that, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'll give it to you in 1 sec.
It's been moved and seconded to employ the MTR, the fire staffers as delineated. That will be corrected in the minutes. Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Asplund?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
One additional, I'm going to ask for a motion to employ Dan Gokenauer and Brandon Morris as full-time road department employees and any other part-time employees as needed.
I so move.
A second.
I have a motion, a second. Any further discussion regarding this motion? Hearing none, may we vote, please?
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Dan Gokenauer and Brandon, I'm sorry, I forgot his last name.
Morris.
Sorry, Dan. Any other part-time employees as needed. Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Asplund?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And I'll entertain a motion to adopt the, no. The 2026 pay schedule for all full-time and part-time non-Miami Township Fire and Rescue employees to include a 2.75 cost of living raise. So that would be all full-time and part-time employees not employed by the fire department.
So moved.
Second?
Any further discussion?
It's been moved and seconded to adopt 2026 pay schedule for all full-time and part-time non-fire department employees for the township to include a 2.75 cost of living increase. Mr. Mutcher, Ms.
Yes.
Aslam,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
motion's adopted.
So,
And-
sorry, so that will take effect on the next payroll that I do? Or did,
Oh, that's a good
Um, make all those,
Everything's retroactive to the first.
retroactive to the first. Does that, or the first, should be the first or the first paycheck of the new year? I mean, the first would have.
yeah, because the first is in the
split
middle of the pay
hairs, right?
period, or I mean, well, not in the middle, but, yeah, that's why I just
So
want
what's
to
the
clarify.
closest to the,
December 27th.
Yeah, to myself,
so
You
retroactive?
gotta be pretty close, because the auditor doesn't like not having 25 and 26 be the way that the board voted for.
Mhm,
Pay
So-
period number 1 starts December 27th.
mhm.
But does it include January 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, as long as it includes
yeah,
it.
Okay.
3
So-
days or so of the last year. Right.
Retroactive to December 27th.
So noted, so noted.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a, we've got to talk about this. I entertain a motion to adopt resolution 2026-01, employing township attorneys Brossius, Johnson and Griggs LLC on an annual basis for the year 2026 with new rates and limits as specified in the contract.
I have a copy of this.
You don't.
It would be good to, I hate voting on things I haven't seen.
If that is the case, I believe that we could, unless we're calling them this week, I believe that we could vote, leave that till next time too.
Do we have a physical resolution, or we just assigning a number?
They supply us with a physical resolution.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They
I
sent
didn't
us a
see
new
that.
contract. I'm going to put this off until next meeting so that trustee Askeland and Mutcher can have a full copy. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do want, at this point, this would be the time, normally at this time, the board would approve group health insurance at this organizational meeting. I don't think it has to be done on the first meeting of the year, and we don't have a January renewal, we have a May renewal. And I have the minutes here that where we carefully, from last March, where we formally approved the participation and details of the health insurance plan that is still in effect till May 1st. So, and regarding our adoption of a policy for reimbursement for people who opt out of the group insurance, such as Medicare clients, I am waiting a legal opinion from our attorney because it is not clear to me that we have established that properly. And there are multiple considerations for which we need legal guidance. Not to put you on the spot, but is that how you see it, Attorney Gravanger?
I'm still performing research.
Yeah, there's multi-layers of complication, or complexity at least. I will point out that we may not offer to and Chris pointed this out last year, we may not offer to opt out, to the opt-out people, any benefit beyond what we were offering for the group. And right now, in our group insurance, premiums are being covered at 90%. That is, employees and officers are paying 10% of the premiums, so it might be the case that the opt-out people may have to comply to that as well, a 90% reimbursement instead of 100. It is not allowable to reimburse premiums beyond what is being paid for a similar category, I believe, like single or single plus spouse or group insurance. But all that being said, just let you know, we're seeking a legal opinion on how to do all that well. So as uncomfortable as it is for this not to be settled, we await our legal advice on this matter. Okay, the second comment I have that would normally be in here is tech advisors. I don't have the annual contract for them right now. Right now, actually, we had contracted for $975 a month, and they have been charging us far less than that. We're only paying $575 a month now because we pay by device, and we took some of our desktops offline in the fire station, and they also had initially included iPads as device. They charge by device, counting all iPads, and they stopped counting iPads, and our rate came way down. Those iPads are on the vehicles. But then they came back with, they had told us that HB 96, which is a cybersecurity legislation that's coming at them pretty fast and was passed before it was fully worked out, that they're revising all their contracts to do extra work for us, to bring us, including trainings and changing our domain to say .gov and all kinds of things, getting us in a higher tier from a casual Microsoft Outlook kind of network to a kind of a business, a more compliant and safe. So the long and short of it is, I don't think we'll approve that tonight. I'll mail that down and bring that to you. We're still under the contract we started.
What date did we start that contract?
It was around April 1st.
So are we gonna revise the contract and re-contract up sometime before the 1 year anniversary, or are we gonna wait until the anniversary?
Well, I was wondering that too. Remember, I had just said that they voluntarily lowered us from $975 a month to $525 a month.
Mhm.
So we don't want to be too hard on that and demand that they honor the contract. So I don't know the answer to that question. And perhaps they should come and present to all of us so we all understand it. So I just wanted to say, normally we didn't have tech contractor, but normally at this first meeting we established that, and we're just not ready.
For the
Yeah.
year.
So there's time on that. Okay. Correspondence. Now we're done with the new business of the year. Any correspondence that the trustees that have come in that caught your eye, or you have?
Not that I need to present tonight, I will eventually, but I don't have it ready for
Okay.
presentation.
And citizen concerns. This is a time when any citizen who would like to maybe suggest something for a future meeting or have, we will be establishing a 3-minute time limit on anybody who would like to speak at this point.
I did notice you skipped, is it item 2 for trustees' additional agenda item
Oh,
such and such?
yeah, because I thought we were starting at the top and then I didn't call it to order till later, yeah. Did you want to place something?
Nope.
Oh, okay. In the future, it shall be there. That's what, no. Kelly, anything, something? Fire department report.
Hello. Got a few items on the agenda here. It's been in the works for some time. Number one, we have a young man who wants to come on as a part-time firefighter EMT, and I would like to get him approved for hiring. His name's Jack Lawrence, and he is certified firefighter 2 and EMTB.
And so I'll entertain a motion to approve the hiring of Jack Lawrence as part-time firefighter EMT.
So moved.
Second.
Just a quick question, he's passed all the screenings and the internal interviews and everything else?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wanted to.
So, further discussion, I was wondering where you are, we had some goals of, we wanted place our full-timers and then have a nice robust roster of part-timers to fill that third part of the shift. How are we doing?
Doing good. We're at, we're at 97% of 3 people versus 2. And so we are, and that has been pretty consistent for the past, since October,
Yeah.
since we brought people on.
That's really impressive.
So there's very few days that we end up with 2. When that happens, it's because somebody have called off sick and we struggle to get people in at the last minute, but it's happens very seldomly. So I'm pretty happy with the staffing that we're starting. And we're taking these part-time employees and we're putting them on a 6-day rotation, which keeps them within the allotted hours of part-time versus full-time. So we have all those positions except for 1 filled, but we do have a lot of as-needed folks that are gonna fill in that last position. So I look for that 97% to stay at 3 for quite some time, as long as we maintain the roster that we're maintaining.
Cool.
We came in steady as far as runs
We
go.
need to go
Hold
on
on.
that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Been moved and
As
seconded.
needed stuff.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the hiring of Jack Lawrence as part-time firefighter EMT effective 12/27/25. Mr. Meeker,
Yes.
Ms. Askham,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
yes.
motion's approved.
So do you want to give your report or do you want me to go through the rest?
Yeah, we'll go. How about we just go down through what we need to get
Oh.
done? And then this is just as needed, nice stuff for everybody to know, just some day-to-day stuff that's going on. I'll just hit one thing, and we were at 1,038 runs for 2025. And that's pretty steady compared to the last 2 years. So we're right within, believe it or not, 2 or 3 runs for the past couple years. And that's, on this run report, it's highlighted at the very bottom in yellow. So, with that, let's go on to,
Any other of these things that you want to?
no, last month, we reported that the tanker was out of service, but it's back. As far as apparatus go, engine 81's our older engine. We're gonna get some quotes to get the work completed on that, to get it back in service. Got a garage door issue that broke the garage door, it's back in service. There's been a broken piece of glass out front that we've been staring at for a long time. We're gonna get that fixed. Fire alarm repairs, we're gonna get that quotes done on that and get that complete. And it's been too long.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna get that updated. And then, the SCBA quotes, we're working on 3 different, quotes for those, for, those air packs we use.
Air packs, yeah.
So, that's it. In the Clifton Firehouse, I'm hoping for a completion date and come to you and say, we are completely out of the Clifton Firehouse on January 15th.
How are they feeling about that? I know we met with them, 6 weeks ago?
Pretty good. We're working pretty well with them.
Okay.
They have an issue going on up there with their post office, and they're wanting to now
Yeah.
step it up a little bit and move stuff from the post office into the firehouse. So we're helping get that going. So we've been doing work all month there, trying to get that stuff cleaned out. So that's it for about the good and welfare stuff. Next on the item is our battery powered Jaws of Life, which there's all kinds of Genesis E-Force. That's the model number and what it's officially called from Howe Rescue Systems. And they're willing to give us the 2025 price before the tariffs hit their price sheet. because we've been good customers in the past and we're neighbors right down the street. So if we don't take it, then they'll sell it to somebody else. So it's on, it's,
I would
in the
take
works.
the motion for this one, and a reminder that, by the way, I heard back from the auditor's office and all of our capital funds are now as they should be and numbered correctly, and we have the expanded use of the ambulance fund to include other items. So this Jaws of Life will be coming from that fund. And I learned something new, that you don't have to appropriate that fund, it is by definition already appropriated. So that's, we'll have to. Anyway, I entertain a motion to approve the purchase of a Genesis E-Force SL3 model series hydraulic rescue equipment, also known as Jaws of Life, from the Howell Rescue System for $50,000 and $50,030.
I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I have that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the purchase of the Genesis E-Force SL3 Jaws of Life from Hall Rescue at $50,030 as requested. Ms. Asplin?
Yes.
Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Ms. Moyer?
Yes.
Motion's approved.
Make a motion that somebody figure out what that PP is and get it fixed.
Still working on
I've
it.
knocked myself out on it, I can't figure it out.
Cassidy, you figure that out?
We had to offer a reward to the fire.
I was gonna say, there could be a financial gain in that.
Because we spend many hours,
Uh,
okay.
We will spend some time on that. Last item is 2 vehicles brought to you on September 15th last year, and we tabled this. The only thing that's different is we're gonna repurpose the current Explorer that the fire chief drives and issue that to be used by the community paramedic. So I bring back to you these 2 vehicles. They are in the budget for a 5-year lease and loan option. And there they are again, the same thing, 2026 Ford Explorer, which is the new version of what we have out there. And then 2026 Ford F-250 pickup truck, which we will use as a paramedic response vehicle and the vehicle for the officer or the paramedic to drive around in if once the ambulance goes on a run and comes back as a third person. I mean, like, I'll just give you an example. We had a run last night where I worked last night, so there were 4 of us, and so the ambulance went on the run, and the grass truck followed it, and there were only 2 people were needed for the run, so 2 people took the patient to the hospital, and the grass truck came back with the officer in it for the day, and he was then available to respond and be a first responder for the next call. So that vehicle's primarily going to be used for that.
So what you're saying is that what happened with the grass truck last night will be this new.
Yes. Grass truck starting to show age, but if we only use it for its intended purpose, we're going to get a few more years of life out of it.
Yeah.
So
And is the grass truck the one that also has the, what's L&W Outfitters?
that's where we'll send the vehicle. The vehicle comes in stripped. That's where we'll send the
Okay. I thought it was
vehicle and make
something
it an emergency vehicle. They put the emergency lights, sirens, radios.
But I wanted
Et
to
cetera.
add that there's a third purpose for that truck, which is.
It will replace what we use the rescue truck for. And a rescue truck has all the rope rescue equipment in it. And it's only used for that single purpose. And then I will recommend after that, after we get this truck in service, that we decommission that vehicle.
And sell it.
So,
And you think there's a buyer who wants it all?
oh, I think so.
What's it called?
What's that? It's
What-
called a rescue truck.
Okay. Okay, And, I've looked at the numbers and you guys have a
Yeah,
budget that's
laid out.
smaller than the one that is now, and this is, if my fellow, well, first let me entertain a motion to approve, then we can discuss.
I so move.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? You guys have looked at the numbers.
I think it's good. I'm gonna have to look at these trucks so I know what you're talking about when you say grass
we'll give
truck.
you a tour.
Cause I can picture, I can't picture the grass truck, so, but it's fine, it's just, I just like to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the
We'll
purpose of,
tour you around and show
Thank
you.
you.
the purpose of the grass truck is to respond to grass fires, right?
Yes.
Which are more frequent than you think, you know.
Yeah, around here in the rural areas they are, and they're seasonal
And
as
what-
well.
Yeah, and what they're doing with it now is using it as a rescue
Yeah.
chaser, and it's wearing it out.
Yeah.
Just picture a regular pickup truck that's got like a hula skirt around it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good way. And it's got a tank on it, it's got a hose
Yeah.
on it, it's meant to go off the road into the fields,
Right, okay.
etc. So,
Any other discussion?
I don't know. I think that's good.
Let me,
It's been moved and seconded to approve the purchase of two vehicles utilizing 5-year lease loan option, specific the 2026 Ford PIU Explorer and a 2026 Ford F-250 XL pickup. At the price, prices stated, Ms. Mutcher,
Yes.
Ms. Asplund,
Yes.
Ms. Moore,
yes.
motion approved.
thank you. That's all for,
Firefighters
that's
are
all
like,
for
oh,
tonight.
yeah. Get a souped up,
So we get those air tanks approved. That'll be
Right.
probably coming. The only thing left on our needs list is is turnout gear. And we have to make decisions on the turnout gear, and we're getting prices right now, and then the air tanks.
and you're.
The air tanks are right at the turnover of compliance.
Hmm.
So there's a little bit of a delay because of the compliance. Some people are selling older compliance, and then after a certain date of March, everything has to comply with the new standard. And that's what we kind of struggle, that's what's a challenge, but it'll be coming soon.
You said that was the only thing left on your supply list. You forgot a really big one. The ambulance.
Oh, the ambulance, yeah, it's coming whether we like it or not.
That's good.
Eventually,
Okay.
I hope it comes when they say it comes.
yeah.
Anything else for the fire department?
Jim, what's the status of the grant writer?
Grant writer is, currently, she is doing the research on the area. She's collecting information. And as soon as the opening grant period comes out, then she's going to start applying for the grants for us.
Okay, great.
That's why I'm kinda holding off a little bit on the air tanks, because that is a prime candidate for a grant. And so before we, jump the gun a little bit and for the air tanks and the turnout gear, we're gonna definitely be putting in for grants for that. And there are grant opportunities as well for funding our community paramedic program. So we're gonna, there's gonna be a lot there. And because of the age of our tanker, there's a potential to get a grant for a new tanker as well. And that would be huge. So to answer your question, she is still in the research phase of what she does is she sits down and she fills out everything she needs to fill out to try to justify grants for us. She researches the town and how old the buildings are, and she looks at the budget stuff, and I don't know everything she does, but we've probably have a conversation with her about once a week since we actually brought her on board to move forward with grants for us. So
Did we pay them $1,000 or so to do this research?
$975, yeah.
To do the research and everything, and then they get a cut of each grant?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all.
Okay, cemetery report.
Okay, well, since the last meeting, we've had no burials, but things are changing. We have one tomorrow, we have one Thursday, one in the old part and one in the east cemetery. I'm working on the cemetery paperwork, the bills. I'll have them by next meeting for sure.
Meeting. Okay, I think that's, what we are going to present as Clifton Cemetery for your guys' labor.
I've got, yeah, I'll have
For
that. I need to put that on.
2025, just to let you know, we get, it's kind of like we get last year's pay all at once at the beginning of this year, and
Yeah, I'll have it for the end. We've got some
So on and so on.
coming up, I think, this
Okay.
week, sometime next week, sometime soon. That's all right, I have it.
and anything else for cemetery? I'll just have you do roads, I had one thing for cemetery.
I've got, we've got a large cedar tree in Clifton that's going to probably come down and knock some stones around, so we're gonna try to go ahead and get it down before that happens, because it's pretty bad. The last windstorm, it was like, I mean, it's gonna come down.
What road is that?
It's in the cemetery, Clifton,
Oh, it's in the Clifton Cemetery.
so probably next week, if it stays up by then.
So we do the work or we hire?
We can, I reckon, if
Not
you want to
really.
hire it out, I can get over there, somebody to do it. I think we could do it,
Okay.
save some money that way.
I have something for the cemetery. Because we don't now have a clear business plan for the cemetery, and we haven't so far had a well-defined budget based on goals or for the cemetery, and we don't yet, even township-wide, have a good purchase and approval process for spending that allows us to track spending and the approval of spending. I want to entertain a motion to place a moratorium on all spending in the cemetery other than for vital maintenance and for burials until April 1st, when we have completed our permanent appropriations, which will be based on an agreed upon budget.
I so moved.
Do I have a motion? Do I hear a second? I'll second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, may we vote?
Been moved and seconded to limit cemetery spending to essential services and burials. If you want to give me the exact wording.
Vital maintenance and
Vital maintenance and burial. Where's your read? Vital maintenance and burials until April 1st.
Until April 1st, 2026. Ms. Asplin,
yes.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Butcher.
No, and until we pass the same moratorium for the road department and the fire department and the zoning department, I don't see why cemetery should be any different.
Anything else for cemetery? Fiscal officer's report.
Do you want the road report?
Want to talk about the roads?
Oh,
We've had a couple of snowfalls that we've had to take care of, but we did. We took good care of them, so. I'm gonna haul some more salt in, make sure we get some more salt. Probably do that this week.
okay.
And then, got a few potholes to fill, we'll take care of as soon as I get them in. But that's it,
Thank you.
thank you.
Were you able to meet with that gentleman this morning, Dan?
Yes,
Did that work out all right?
for purchase of grave,
Mhm.
yes, that's the Thursday burial.
Mhm.
He went ahead and paid open and closing because it's imminent, we're gonna
Mhm.
use it Thursday. I sold another grave today, those two, tree stakes.
Is that all for roads? Fiscal officer, anything for us?
This is a busy time. We're closing, Debbie's helping me close out 2025, and we want to implement some new
better protocols for 2026. I'll be working on the regular January things with employee W-2s, true up reports, things like that. I got my new computer and printer. UAN sends a new one every 4 years. And I got a laptop this time, which will, I think, help with some flexibility, but I do wanna keep the monitor, cause I'm seeing how helpful it will be to have 2 screens. So we do have the old printer. I don't know what people have done with the old one, what we wanna do with that. It's just taking up space right now, so we can decide
Okay.
what we wanna do with that. Cindy's helping me, we should really at the beginning of every year, trying to have all the withholdings be uniform. It seems like sometimes, looking back at some of the old employees, there's not like rhyme or reason as to why we're having some employees city taxes taken out, others aren't. And really they should fill out new, or not W4s, one of the Ws, every year because anything could change, and then I just know withholding. So we're trying to, and also that I should have all of those files, and some of them are on Fireside. So we're trying to standardize all that. We're gonna have all the employees fill out new forms so that all that in the system is standardized as it's supposed to be. Your COLA increases will take effect when I pay you in February. I'm learning that I think the fiscal officer one doesn't take effect until April technically, not beginning of the year, because that's when my term starts. So I think mine won't change until 7 months later. Putting in all the appropriations and the new BC, the blanket certificates for the new year. And I know that you passed at the special meeting about STAR, so I did transfer 100,000. And I'm gonna wait and see if I need to transfer the other 100,000 or not. Maybe I won't need to. I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear and I'm watching the
So that was done
funds.
today.
Yes. Last night, yeah. I think that's everything that I think that we have.
I have a little for fiscal officer, I just wanted to get an update. Just to, along with what the things you've reported, I have been communicating closely with the fiscal consultant, Debbie Watson, that the board contracted with. She and Gina have completed the bank reconciliation up to, I think, December so far, and I think the plan is for her and Gina to finish it together, hopefully in the next few days, so that's huge. It has been nothing short of a heroic effort. Working on these reconciliations was an opportunity for Debbie to get a deep look at the accounting practices for the past year, and many concerns have emerged. As soon as the reconciliations are completed in the next few days, Gina and Debbie will proceed closing down, like Gina said, 2025, so that we can turn in the 2025 year-end report, not we, they, or Gina can turn in the 2025 year-end report to the county auditor's office. Just so you know the process, Lori and Chris, you already know. The county will then produce a certified estimated resources, and we can start 2026 with good data. And it is an important document that we use to set our permanent appropriations. It basically gives us the final numbers on what everybody carried over, what we're gonna be collecting this year, gives us one big lump number that we can use to set appropriations, our permanent appropriations. That's the document we'll use. And then, as Gina said, she will be setting up the blanket certificates to launch 2026. So after 2025 is closed and 2026 is launched, Ms. Watson will prepare a report for the board with her findings on what she has discovered and what needs to be corrected in our processes. This will be expressed in broad categories of processes of concern, but also a list of corrective actions and more gritty detail of the corrective actions and transactions that she and the fiscal officer needed to perform in order to get us to this point. And she will also give us recommendations on how to reorganize the workflow of the office and the record keeping so that we may become compliant and efficient. more compliant and efficient. And have good, and so Jim, this is for you, and so we can have good data, because I know that's what you want. More than
And we have new
anything.
filing cabinets also that purpose. Thank you, Brian Lucas, got us one
Brian
nice new
put up an auction house, in case you're wondering where this came from. Do we owe you some money?
No, it's.
No, I asked him, it's $4, but he won't take it.
I got them for $1 each,
And that's,
my contribution to it.
Debbie
to the
may be
cause.
available for training and mentoring if necessary. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, like my name
Little
was.
plaque on them.
Just like they name a stadium after someone, we'll name the file cabinet after you.
They cost more than $1, I think. I don't want that.
Oh, zoning administrator's report.
All right, before I start the report, I just wanted to clarify something. When you were talking about employees, like the road department got renewed, do I still work here?
Oh,
You guys have to do that every year? I was surprised that happened last year.
well, we're debating.
And Cindy.
Yeah, we're debating, I've talked to different fiscal officers about some reappoint everybody in the whole joint, and some people say that's not necessary. We decided to do it and then find out later if it's necessary.
Okay.
So
Am I renewed? I didn't hear you say.
I'd entertain a motion that we renew.
Because I'll give this report, but I need to know if I'm getting paid to talk to you.
I make a motion that we reappoint, I guess he's appointed,
Brian Lucas.
Brian Lucas and Cindy.
Somebody administrator. That's who I was. I don't know if that's who I am still. So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? May we vote?
It's been moved and seconded to employ Brian Lucas as zoning administrator and Cindy Powles as fiscal officer assistant for 2026. Mr. Musher,
Yes.
Ms. Asplund,
Yes.
Ms. Moore.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Okay.
including me in that.
Well, I just thought about that. They said Dan, and I was like, hey, another big word. Sort of. Okay, so trustees, this is the annual report from the zoning office, I guess, or zoning department. It changes a little bit from the way I did it last year, because last year I didn't know how to report the numbers. If any of this you'd like to see a different way, I know all these numbers. I'm doing it as a recap of the whole year. So if you'd like it to be done differently, please tell me, and I'll do that for next year. So the zoning permits that were issued, there are 14, and I broke them down. You have that in front of you. So 5 are new homes, 7 were additions.
Hold up, slow down.
Oh, sorry. At the very top. So 14 permits were issued,
5 new homes.
5 new homes, 7 were additions, 4 were accessory structures, that was a building. 2 were accessory structures that are swimming pools. I broke that down because they're really both accessory structures. Just for your knowledge for the year. And then 1 was a communication tower. So those are the permits. Additional permits and approvals, I just made a new category. There were 2 lot splits that I approved. That's a very simple process from the township standpoint for splitting a lot. No sign permits, 2 agricultural exemptions, 1 communication tower upgrade, and then 1 township road permit. I'm just gonna report that even though that technically is Dan's lane, but it usually comes through my office first, I guess, or they call me first. As far as total permit fees collected, $1,075. And what I'm gonna do every year is show you the last 4 years so you have some reference of why, what does $1,000 mean? That shows you it has increased over the years, but that's gonna fluctuate some anyway, so I don't know if
No,
that's.
it's going to reverse.
What's that? The fees collected this year, $1,075. And then if you look at the last few years, 600, 800, 900, and 1,000, or 1,400.
Oh, they fluctuate. Wait, what was the 1,000 this year? I see.
1,000 this year, but
Okay.
you also we brought in 1,000 in 2021. Just depends on how many permits. Now, I see that to be an increase in 2026 for sure.
Because
We increased some of the fees and just being more diligent about making sure that we get people to fill out permits, I think will also help with that. Because we broke out a few more categories that we weren't really taking permits before that we should have. So anyways, that's where those numbers stand. As far as total estimated building or construction value, it's $5 million. You can see the number there, but almost $5.5 million. And that breakdown between the two school districts, 2,000 of that, or 2 million, excuse me, are in the Yellow Springs School District, and 3 million of that are in the Cedar Cliff School District. Now, that number is also like, when someone fills out a permit and they say, we're gonna build a house, and they list the estimated value of that home, okay? In these same numbers, if somebody adds a building, like an accessory structure, they put the cost in on that. Is that an important number for you guys to know, or do you only care about new construction? Because I think the reason is because that would give you an idea of what has increased in the township to where the township would garner more taxes. Does that make sense? So do you want to see that number listed as only new construction, or does it help to have, like, I don't think we don't make additional tax revenue based on, like a detached garage, do you? It's only,
We have a really excellent man.
or is it the primary dwelling only? I don't know the answer to that.
Accessory buildings are included on the tax roll.
Okay, so that would be good to keep that in there then.
Yeah, it's minuscule,
Right. Right.
things.
But at least would give you an idea. So if you look at the 4 years that I provided underneath there, obviously the cost value went up. That doesn't mean we're building more houses in Miami Township. It just means the cost costs a heck of a lot more than it's cost in previous years.
No, what was happening in 21? We collected a lot of fees and there's a whole lot.
Yeah, a lot more permits, probably a lot more buildings were put in. I don't know that off the top of my head. All right, so I'll give you a little report on the zoning commission. This year, as you know, they completed 5 text amendments to the zoning resolution on the following sections, and all were adopted by you, the trustees. And that is reorganizing the zoning resolution. That's the first one we did. The 502 accessory structures, fences, agricultural uses, and nonconformities. Those are all the ones that were accomplished in 2025. And on the second page, as you know, we were awarded the Ohio grant to update zoning resolutions with regional planning. We currently have 12 text amendments in draft form that will be compiled and presented to the trustees in April of this year for your approval. That's all part of that grant. And we thought it was going to end at 12. Regional planning came back even after telling us last meeting that they weren't going to do any more. We're probably going to review 2 more this Thursday. So that number could be 14 in that whole grant process.
And there's gonna be
We'll see how that shakes
some
out.
kind of thing like they had for their 2040 plan where there's a room and everything's.
Yeah,
just like
the
an
open house. That was,
house and
yes,
everything's displayed.
that will now be in February. That was supposed to be in January, but regional planning wanted to move it to February.
Where will it take place?
It will be in here, in this room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we advertise that and.
It will be. I had the advertisement ready and then they changed their
And we can hype
mind.
it up a little and
Yeah, I'm with you.
make sure people know.
Absolutely. It was on our website, but had to be, once it was changed, I had to pull it down. It was gonna be January.
Okay.
Okay, the board is, the zoning commission is currently filled with 5 members and 1 alternate, so we are seeking an additional alternate member of the zoning commission. All right, on to the Board of Zoning Appeals. They heard 3 cases and approved all of them. One was an agritourism permit, one was a temporary use, and one was a variance for a rear setback, which you had been briefed on, except for you, Lori. We also held, the Board of Zoning Appeals also had 2 additional meetings this year. We did a training that was conducted by legal representation from the township's law firm, and a regular meeting to help develop internal rules and procedures, and for them to give me some feedback on some of the text amendments that the zoning commission was working on. So that's what they have done. Pretty shortened year compared to other years. I think they've done more BZA cases than that. And 2 of those happened on the same night, so really they only had to be 2 different nights. Like I said before, they did develop a new set of rules of procedure. The next time that they meet, since they don't meet on a normal basis, the next time we meet, they'll approve it. So we made some pen and ink changes that I got to them, and then I'll resend out to them right before they meet again whenever they're called upon to meet. So they'll have their own internal rules and procedures. The zoning commission will as well, but since we're working on the grant stuff, we're kind of waiting to work on that piece. The board, as you know, will only be down to 4 members starting this year, and we're currently seeking 1 regular board member and 1 alternate at least for the BZA. That would be nice. All right, from the office myself, I've continued to improve the office organization and procedures for the zoning department. I've taken on this task of organizing all of our completed permits by address. So previously, or in the office now, they're done by year. So if something happens at a particular address, it was stored in 2019, let's say.
Right.
So if somebody ever asked a question about a particular property, I only had in there the last 2 years. I wouldn't know to look at every year to find that particular address. So I'm compiling it so that they're all filed by address. So right now, I work on that just when I have time to fit it within other things. I have it chronologically back to 2011. So I'm still working on that. I'll get it back to, when we first started doing zoning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What year was that, Chris? That you started doing
62 to
60
3.
something. Yeah. There weren't as many. The 60s and 70s files were really
They
short.
just didn't ask.
Yeah, it was more like, we're just doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay, so I did create a zoning administrative procedure binder with the step-by-step instructions for all like zoning tasks. There were remnants of that, but I've compiled it, so I'm just kind of telling you what I've accomplished this year, I guess, in a way, or got that office ready. Created a new legally approved residential letters for addressing zoning violations, junk vehicles, and abatements of debris within the township, which you helped get us there on that. Updated the zoning department information on the township website. Some of that stuff was outdated, so it's up to date. I've been working on that just continuously throughout the year. I updated or created 9 new permit applications, and they're all uploaded to the website. I told you that last month. And then also turned in a proposed updated fee schedule, which you put into place today.
Cool.
All right, so I added some goals. I didn't have this before, but as I think about 2026, just to give you an idea of where my head is at with the committees, we want to complete the Ohio grant work to update the zoning resolution. There will be a few post-grant text amendments that I'd like to discuss with the zoning commission. So we'll look at a couple of those by the end of the year. We want to address potential map amendments to some new zoning districts, which I won't get into right now, but unless you ask, I'll tell you. But the zoning commission hasn't approved those yet. They're really just work between me and regional planning. That'll be Thursday, actually, part of it. So there could possibly be some map amendments coming in this year, potentially. And then we want to finish organizing all the completed permits by address, like I just said. I should have that done in 2026 for sure. And then create and update remaining permits based on new text amendments. So there's a couple of text amendments that we're working on that it might create a new permit, so I'll have to create those. So I'm hoping by the end of 2026, the files and everything is all laid out in that office for anyone else to take over at any point in time and understand what's going on in there. And have all of our permits and all of our text amendments, probably most of any map amendments that we might do completed, so that, and it's not on here, but 2027 is probably a good time, or maybe at the end of 2026, to look at the comprehensive land use plan that Chris has wanted us to do, commission to do. So it's still there, it's still on the horizon, but we gotta get through some of these things that I think need to get punched out first. So that's how I laid out the annual report. Is there any questions about that or anything
You were
you'd
looking
like
for,
laid out differently next time?
I think it's excellent.
Okay.
You're looking for one alternate of the zoning commission?
Right now, we have one
You have
alternate.
one.
Yeah,
What,
Jane Sweet is an alternate.
and then, are you looking for one BZA member and 2 alternates, or one alternate? Well, what, yeah,
Sure. Ideally, we need one person so that you have a balance of 5 board members. That's very important.
But
It's not important for all cases, but when it is an important case, you want to already have those 5 on there.
Yeah.
So you have 5 different, an odd number to vote.
yeah.
So we definitely want one.
And we-
If
and
we had
people-
3 people, I'd
People
love to have
travel,
3
and so you can't always count on them
Sure.
being.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the community what the requirements of that position is?
Sure, absolutely. With the zoning commission or, I'll tell you, but I know you know.
No.
With the zoning commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals, you have to live in the unincorporated portion, so you cannot live in Village of Clifton or the Village of Yellow Springs. And really, they can contact the trustees, because really it's up to the trustees to select those individuals. I just kind of work as the staff person, so if somebody wanted to come to me, I could vet them, so to speak, or at least ask them questions and see what they know. See if they're a good fit, because it's very important to have varying opinions. You want geographically, it'd be nice to have it socially, economic, it'd be nice to have a lot of variety, because those 5 people make decisions for the whole township. So if you have different opinions and different backgrounds, it helps. So really, for them to do it, the commitment is if you're finishing out somebody's time period, then it would be that until the end of their period, but really bringing someone on would be a 4-year commitment. The zoning commission meets once a month, typically. They could meet a couple other times, but they typically meet once a month. And the BZA meets when it's appropriate, so when someone has a variance or a request that we would need to meet. So a couple times a year, as far as a commitment from a resident.
And at one time I wrote, unless you change it, so they're basically a description of what each board does. So if somebody were interested, you could direct them to the website and they could read exactly what.
Sure, it is, and it is on the website still.
So.
It's on there. It tells exactly what each job does. Yeah, the zoning commission, in a nutshell, basically writes the zoning resolution. They come up with a comprehensive land use plan on the vision of what we want to do in zoning in our township. They do some rezoning of districts at times. And then the BZA solves cases. It's a quasi judicial branch or a board that meets to solve any variances or.
Well, if there's a challenge to something you.
Yes, they're the appeal process. If I make a decision, if I deny someone's permit and they feel like they should have it, they can appeal to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and they will meet and decide if I made the right decision, yes or no. And then their decision stands regardless of what I felt at the time. Yeah. So both boards are important. Both boards' duties are a little bit different. But yeah, we'd love to have somebody else volunteer. It's a volunteer position, but it's still important. So thanks.
Anything else for the zoning administrator?
Well, one piece of not very happy information is in the last 30 days, we've lost 2 members of regional planning's staff. The executive director has left.
DeAndrew?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
And a full-time planner, Collins, and I can't pronounce Collins' last name, he just left at the end of the year also. So we're down to 1 full-time planner with not a tremendous amount of experience, and 1 extremely part-time planner, very, very part-time planner with a lot of experience. And so what that's gonna do to the pipeline of subdivisions and zoning resolutions and everything else, we don't know. There are no candidates at this point. It was just started to be advertised this past week. It's a difficult position to fill, very difficult.
That's the Greene County Regional Planning and Coordination.
Yeah, and I remember Deanna was leaving and we lured her back with compensation. But apparently we're not keeping up. Or she has other things to do. Collins, that you said left, is it the young man I met here?
I have his name somewhere, I'll make sure.
That's a loss too.
I'm not gonna try it.
No, I couldn't pronounce it either, but I have his spellings.
Anything else for the zoning inspector, administrator? Old business, on the agenda we have none unless somebody's thinking of any.
I have none.
New business, I have 1. I would like to, as chair, say that have some trustee work sessions. We're kind of in a, well, we have a lot of things to do, first of all, and we can't do them all in public work meetings. But also we're in a unique position where these sunshine laws get us because not only are there a 3-person board, and so we can't, none of us can talk to each other, deliberate, or work through things outside of these meetings. But also we're a for the time being, we're a township without an administrator, so that's usually a communicator who's handling things and kind of ameliorates that a little bit because there's a central person that we're all connected to. So I think it wasn't my idea, but it was in the campaign of Lori Escalend, and I think it's a fantastic idea to really give us a chance to discuss things and plan where we don't have to worry, are we breaking the law? So I would entertain a motion that we make our first, and we haven't set any rules for these. Are they mandatory? Are they, I mean, I've never done these before. But I'm going to entertain a motion to make our first one this Wednesday, January 7th at 9:30 a.m. for the purpose of 2026 goal setting and agenda planning.
I so move.
Or clarify for me, is this a public meeting?
Work sessions typically are public, but they're run sort of fishbowl style, and the public is not invited to comment in the meeting. It's just for the purpose of deliberation.
Is it advertised? Are minutes taken?
It
Both.
is, yes, it is advertised. It's basically kind of like a special meeting, except we're going to be announcing them.
And it often, like the commission of Greene County and also the village of Yellow Springs, they'll do it before or after the meeting. That didn't sound as nice to me. These are,
Well, for my personal schedule, it wouldn't work very well, since I have a standing commitment at 7 o'clock.
and maybe.
So it'll be on the website before 9:15 Wednesday, or tomorrow, I should say.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've searched the ORC, and the best I could figure is it's announced as a special meeting, has the same rules as a special meeting. Anybody? I'm looking at you, Brian, I would put it on the spot, Brian, but that's the best I could figure.
I think as long as it's announced and we're having it. When I was on council, we would have retreats under these rules, like they have to be public, they have to be open to the public. We would say, we would actually like to be able to have this as a retreat for the council, but it is open to the public, anybody can come. And, we would have general minutes. I don't remember how specific our minutes were for those, but they are open meetings. The place, the date, the time is announced, but they're primarily for the purpose of deliberation.
Cindy, you won't be there taking minutes, sorry. I mean,
I'm not,
No.
not that I've been told at this point, but my understanding is there are no decisions made at this
Yeah.
meeting.
Correct.
It's just
That's the
discussion.
main
No
thing.
motion.
no resolution.
No resolutions, no motions, unless something would come up as an emergency, and then you could announce it as an emergency session and have that added to it, but there's no plan to have any motions, resolutions at this meeting.
The rules of all public meetings are 121.20.
Yeah. I read that over and over, and then I think, well, which category does that work session go in? And all I came up with was the category of special meeting.
If you have a legal question, you can submit it to us.
Got it.
Right.
And
And I made the motion, but I don't think I got a second. I'll just point it out.
I shall second. And if you guys have any comments, I don't know how frequent these will be. I think we have some matter to move, and that we might have to do some upfront work, and then they might trail off, or maybe not. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
It's been moved and seconded to hold the trustee work session Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 9:30 a.m. for 2026 goal setting and agenda planning.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you want to mention where it's located?
Oh, it'll be in this room. That's all right, that's a good point. Yeah, sorry. I didn't say thing.
It'll be Chris's house.
And as described.
He's making brunch.
As long as the heat's on, we're in.
Ms. Asplin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Mutcher?
Yes.
Motion's approved.
Oops.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting, with the next one being scheduled Wednesday, January 22nd, due to the President's Day holiday.
21st.
No, it's Martin Luther King holiday.
So moved whatever.
Well,
It
holiday.
says President,
Yeah.
it says President.
I apparently was on a different month when I did that.
I believed you.
Thank you.
Adjourned at 6:40.